Happy Monday, everyone. So, I thought I'd get some work done in here early before the heat sets in. Southern California has been getting warm, and then, where I'm at is no exception. Even though it's a beach community, it's getting warm. So this happens every year, and we just have to sort of suffer through it. The rest of the year is sort of fine. So anyway, business ideas. It's Monday. Business ideas. Um, if you look out in the world, you will see that where I am in Southern California, uh, tens of thousands of people got laid off last week. Tens of thousands of people, maybe more. I know Disney said that they're dropping 28,000 of their employees. Vast majority, I assume, are from Anaheim. California is in a situation where we're really not allowed to work, except for remote work, which is good. If you're a remote worker, or someone who can do remote work. My heart goes out to the 28,000 Disney workers who do a really hard job and probably do not get paid well. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of them don't get paid well, and my heart does go out to them, and I hope this is a short-term thing for them. Um, Big Disney fan. My family's a big Disney fans, so you know, again, our heart goes out to the employees, some of which my family knew very well through the years. We're part of the Disney family in some ways, where we bought lots of artwork, we've bought timeshares, we've bought services, and my wife was had several people she would go chat with when she was down at Disneyland, and hopefully some of those people come back and get their jobs back. Anyway. So enough said about that. Enough said about the people who are losing work out there. This is a tough time. A couple of my customers have gone bankrupt, which is sort of unnerving. So let's look at what we can do and work from home. Let's find a positive spin on this. So I've been doing, just for the fun and giggles, a sneaker bot. A sneaker bot because I thought it's an interesting challenge, and I am well known for writing software bots. So I thought, yeah, I'll do a sneaker bot. So in my research, I find that the arbitraging off websites for limited edition, high value items is a big business. Big business. Some of these guys are pulling six figures arbitraging. I'm quite amazed. But I'm not surprised, because my wife used to arbitrage Disney items. She'd pull five figures doing it. There's not as much fervor around it, but yeah. So let's look at this. Arbitraging, sneaker bot buying, custom buying of things. As it's been pointed out to me, standing in line outside of a store to get a limited edition item is probably not going to be something that you see a lot of anymore. The limited edition items are coming out on websites, and you have to get in there fast and quickly and purchase it and get out. And that's what some of the software I'm writing for this, this fun and thrilling group, that I'm going to expand to other areas. That's what it does. So you say, geez, Greg, how much money can you make? I'm looking at some of these sneaker people who buy sneakers for $250 and turn around and sell them for $1,200 or $1,300 a pair. Yeah, they're making bank. And you would think, well, geez, this thing is going to get smaller. No, I think it's going to get larger. Chatting with a few people who do this, and I realized that, again, you're not going to get in line. My wife used to drag me off in line at 5 o'clock in the morning to buy limited edition items that would come out for Disney. Doesn't happen anymore. You have to go online to do this. So now you're fighting online to get limited edition items. In some cases, my wife would flip those items in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, they would be flipped. She'd double or triple her money. So think about this. As we move to limited edition items that can only be sold online, can only be purchased online, and can only be sold online, there's an arbitrage moment, a moment where you buy it cheaply, and since you have it and there's a high demand, you can turn around and flip it. So arbitrage, really big money. Think about the possibilities here. You the whole concept of buying something that is very common to you or easy to get for you and turning around and selling it to someone else who it's hard to get is, amazing. I could think of a few examples. Here's another one. Southern California is Porsche heaven. At one point, I was told that 20% of all Porsches in the world are sold in Southern California. That also means that Porsche collectors, the ones outside of Southern California need to get parts or they need to find a Porsche. So arbitraging parts that you could pick up from a destroyed Porsche at the local junkyard and turning around and selling them online to someone else is an opportunity. Story that was told. A guy sells his old beat up 911 with the floorboards rusting out to someone for $250. And about a year later, he runs across his friend again, and he says, I really felt sorry for selling you that really beat up, just destroyed Porsche. Whatever happened with it? And he said, I bought the Porsche, and the first thing I did was sell the taillights for $300. So, there's the arbitrage moment. Someone needed the taillights, and the taillights on that car were more valuable than the car itself. I know the last time I got my Porsche fixed after an accident, I am sure that I paid more for the parts than the car that they came off of was valued. So, here it is, arbitrage. eBay is your friend, Etsy is your friend, Facebook is your friend, almost everyone is your friend for selling these items. You need to find an item that someone wants. Maybe it's high-end sneakers, maybe it's Disney items. You can find it. Maybe it's just something that is in the moment. Occupy your time, get a reasonable internet connection or some reasonable software, buy it cheap, turn around and sell it high. If you have the skills for this, I'm watching young kids make ridiculous amounts of money. I'm watching housewives make good amounts of money. I remember a teacher, she showed me her stack one time. I was doing a parent-teacher conference with one teacher for one of my daughters, and she showed me the stack of receipts. I said, "What is this?" She said, "That's my eBay payment stubs where she kept for her sales. She kept a paper record." And I said, "What do you sell?" She says, "I sell these little glass collectibles that you find for glass insulators that you would find for the electrical work. And there's a whole slew of people who collect these things, and she happened to run across a whole area where they were popular. So she would buy them up at pennies on the dollar because they were junk down here because there were so many of them. And she would turn around and sell them to people around the world who were looking for them because they were rare over there where they were abundant over here. Think about that for yourself. Where do you live that in your area there's an abundance of something that you can't get somewhere else? Maybe you live next to one of these, there's like the home cooking channels. There are people who have beautiful little restaurants that they've set up that you'll find on some of these home cooking channels. And people would want this trinket, and this trinket can only be bought in the store. Or because, they make their money somewhere else, but someone wants this trinket. You go buy this trinket for X. You figure out what your time and energy is worth, and you sell it for 2 or 3 or 4 times X. There is a market for providing the service of buying something on spec and turning around, making a profit and selling it. I know a few people who make livings at this. I know my wife has been doing this for years as a fun, enjoyable way to pay for her Disney passes, pay for stuff. She's really enjoyed this. You could do it with Disney pins. You could do it with Knott's Berry Farm. In Southern California, we have a preponderance of Disney stuff. But in the Midwest, they don't. England, they don't. Japan, they don't. I mean, they do and they don't. So there's always something. Disney's just one example. Shoes are just one example. Find something that is common in your area and find someone who wants it somewhere else where it's not common. You would be surprised how localized some products are that don't have a way to get to point B, or they're limited edition, and like the Nike sneakers, they don't make a ton of money on the 1,000 or 2,000 pairs of sneakers they sell, or 10,000 pairs of sneakers they sell. They're just a marketing level thing for them. They ramp it up, but there are people who want them. Nike is not going to sit there and arbitrage off their sneakers. Not going to happen. Not worth their time. Not worth the time for their stores. It's not something. But you can arbitrage off their sneakers, or you can arbitrage off their socks. Think of something crazy, and there's someone who wants it, and you can do that. It's just one business idea. You can make thousands of dollars a day doing it. Anyway, if you like this thought, it's a beautiful Monday. It's a good way to start the day. If you like this thought, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. We'll talk about more of these things. Subscribe, the whole 9 yards. I am doing this because I enjoy this. I make my money in software and investments. I'm not making my money off this channel, but if you want to hear about more how I know people who make money and how this is done, this is a good one to make money, and you don't need deep pockets to do it. You just need an opportunity to find something that's easy for you to get, that is hard for someone else to get, that you turn around and you arbitrage for them. Anyway, if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and go from there, please. Send me a message. Love to hear from you. I've enjoyed this. Talk to you next time.